Hi Capricorn, this is Nyonjo from Truth is Changed Tarot, and I'm here to do your March 2017 reading. I just want to say thank you to all the people who liked, shared, and subscribed to my channel. Thank you very much. So let's get started with your overall message, or with your reading. Your overall message for March 2017 is impartiality. Let's see what that means. So take an impartial look at your situation. The action here is to listen and observe. If I step back from my present situation, what do I see? Can I be neutral? Key ideas are neutral position, allowing things to unfold, standing in another's shoes, uplifted communication. And then the other part of the story here is, it's right here. This is not a time to personally shine, but to allow others to come forth with their gifts. You may find yourself in the role of neutral advisor. Hold the space for others to find their own answers. Advice may not be well received. Be unbiased now. And your clarifying cards are air. Oops, can you see? Air and fear. And I'm probably gonna have to put this down. I just love this one. So much. There we go. So, one of the original messages I got is I sense of feeling a little bit stuck. And a lot of this sensation of being stuck, or actually being stuck, is sort of forcing you to relinquish control. And as a result, you kind of feel sort of suspended without any sort of restraint, or without any sort of, like you're just floating in the air, and you have no place to go. There's no way for you to go where you want to go, and you just have no kind of direction. It feels like suspended. And this is kind of one of your fears is kind of being stagnant. But the impartiality card is asking you to be impartial. It's asking you to be in that uncomfortable situation of just not having everything figured out. And I know that's very difficult for Capricorn energies because y'all like to have things in order, which makes sense. Stability is really crucial for y'all. And I think it's important to know that you have stability. It's just asking you to take a couple of steps back and let things unfold, and also not to pressure people as well out of your own fear of things not unfolding the way you want them to be. It's just asking you to it's asking you to sort of trust that the outcome is going to happen, which is very difficult. I mean, that's what it is. So let's get to the love part. So you have, for the singles, the Ace of Cups in reverse, and then the Five of Swords. So definitely you're kind of lacking confidence in how you connect with other people. And with the Ace of Cups in reverse, there's an emotional aspect that you're not necessarily facing, and it's making you have a lot of very scattered thoughts. So with this Ace of Cups, it's like perhaps there's a possibility of a new beginning, but you're holding on to where you are right now, because you're not really sure how to move forward, but also out of lack of self-confidence and understanding your self-worth. Let's pull some more cards though. Let's get some more to the story. Yeah. So you have the Lover's card and the Seven of Wands. So part of this, it's almost like you're being asked to stand up to yourself in terms of like the things that you're kind of picking at yourself about, and what's kind of causing these scattered thoughts. And it's also asking you to stand up for what your morals are in terms of how you want to be in connection with other people, it's really presenting a choice, because that's what the Lovers also is about, is a choice. And I think what this is also saying is knowing that you have the capacity and ability to, and worthiness of being in a connection that is very deep, a very deep soul connection. And it's very possible because it's up right here. It's just a matter of like what's blocking you is this lack of confidence, and kind of in terms of connecting to your emotions too. And then with the Seven of Wands, like I said, it's just about standing up for yourself and standing up against yourself, and kind of parsing out why you're at conflict with yourself, and also how past conflicts has kind of made you not feel good about yourself too. That's pretty clear. No, not another card. Okay, so for the couples here, you have the Justice card and the Nine of Swords in reverse. So with the Justice card, it's basically saying what you put in is what you're going to get. So the karmic energy that you're going to put in, you're going to receive, and it's happening now. Whether that is focusing on how you are addressing your internal struggles and how that bleeds into your relationship, or the kind of negative self-talk, negative energy that you put out, you will continue to receive. And that's kind of what this Nine of Swords energy is about. It's asking you to release that, because this energy will keep being keeping a cycle if you don't kind of address the root of it, the karmic baggage that's coming with it. Okay, so you have the Strength and the Judgment in reverse. And the Strength is talking about, it's kind of similar to the singles reading here, is just this need to have this self-worth. And this is kind of what this is saying too, with the Strength card. It's you standing on your own 2 feet and not necessarily getting the emotional satisfaction of holding up another person. It's asking you to focus on your own internal self-worth and your internal like courage. And it takes courage to just depend on yourself for that situation. And I know Capricorns are y'all are very independent and very like about, you know, that autonomy. But there's ways that, you know, this kind of nurturing aspect that y'all have in terms of wanting to protect the people you are around really becomes a little bit overwhelming and suffocating. So it's asking you to turn that energy back towards yourself in terms of nurturing yourself and your own energy. Because you have another karmic card here, the Judgment card. So this is the pattern that keeps coming up over and over again. The Nine of Swords is just kind of asking you to be like, let go of this negative energy, let go of those negative people, let go of this negative mindsets, let go, let go, let go, let go, let go. And it's going to continue presenting situations and circumstances that allow you to kind of address and release that karmic baggage. But unless you do that, it's kind of going to keep coming back. Eight of Swords, yeah. This is, eights also have to do with patterns and habits. And the eights also relates, this card in particular speaks to kind of having a habit of kind of putting yourself in a cage and putting yourself like in a cage that you know that you have the ability to get out of, because you can see with this person, once they look up, they'll know that they're able to kind of get out of the situation. And all of this is impacting your relationship. So this is a lot of your own work, what I'm getting. A lot of your own work that's being presented, and the person that you're with right now is kind of amplifying this needing to get this emotional satisfaction, or emotional satisfaction for yourself, and getting it from your own well, and not having to get it from other people. Yeah. So for your work, passion, and community, you have the Daughter of Wands here, the Four of Swords, and the Three of Cups. So these two, it's very interesting because they're kind of very different with each other. Because the Daughter of Wands is this kind of very passionate energy that's about moving forward. And then the Four of Swords is about resting and reflection. So maybe you've just been on this Daughter of Wands energy, kind of having all these inspirations and wanting to move forward, but it's asking you, before you can do that, really to reflect on what you're going to be doing. Let's pull a card to clarify those two. Yeah, you have the Eight of Wands here, which is about communication. And I think it's like all these thoughts are coming and all this inspiration, all this kind of motivation, all this, you just want to get it done. It's happening, but it's like, what are you actually putting your energy into? Like, what do you, because with the Eight of Wands, it's kind of like things are up in the air. So like things are up in the air because it's asking you to be more decisive about what you're putting your energy into. Because if you're doing the most, you're going to continue to be drained. That's what the reverse or the shadow side of this card is, just being drained and not really actually enjoying the fruits of your labor, you know? I'm going to pull another card with that. Yeah. It's like you're having all this burden. You're just what this process of kind of this fire energy is leading to is this, this is the Wands, yeah. The Ten of Wands is just taking up all this energy, holding onto it in a way that is so overwhelming and doesn't really allow you to feel at ease. So you're just continue to like kind of like take on things, and because you want the outcome to, you want this to be successful, you want to be able to connect with people and network with people in successful ways, but if you're putting your energy in the wrong things, you're going to feel overwhelmed. And then the last card with the Three of Cups is like, you're going to get there with this kind of connection. You're going to get there in terms of feeling emotionally satisfied about or with the people who you're around. I'm pulling another card here. Yeah, you have the clarity necessary to just know what is worthy of putting your energy into. That's so straightforward. All right, so let's go to your spirituality and higher purpose. So we have the Empress, the Magician, and the Devil, which is your energy, the Capricorn. So with the Empress, it's really challenging you, like I said, to kind of live in abundance and kind of witness abundance and not try to have any sort of control over it. Because with the impartiality card, like I said, I mentioned earlier, it's asking you to be a neutral observer. It's asking you to kind of just slow down. A lot of this is just slowing down, you know, and really being a lot more careful about your steps. And I know you're pretty meticulous energy. Capricorn is pretty meticulous energy, but sometimes y'all can get so caught up, and it's really important to like be able to live in this abundance and recognize the resources that are there and not continually trying to dig somewhere else. Because with the Magician, it's reminding you, you have the resources. That's like the number one card about. You have the resources, you have the tools, you have the means necessary. So why are you trying to look other places? Like, why? Like, just, you know, I mean, that's maybe just what the fear is not wanting to make sure things are perfect. And also like being out of control kind of feels really difficult and scary sometimes, a lot of times. So then your kind of last energy is the Devil here, which is a Capricorn energy. And I think you'll feel more in connection with yourself and a lot more in tune with kind of a lot more at peace with the shadow sides of yourself is what I'm getting. A lot more at peace with the kind of the scary fears and all the kind of, you know, like I said earlier, all the emotional things that are brought up, all the fears of being kind of feeling suspended, all those energies. I think you're going to feel a lot more at peace with that. A lot more okay about kind of, yeah, kind of, you'll feel a lot more okay with that. I'm just getting to pull another card with that one. So I think there's a little bit more to that story of these cards are kind of hard to, this one came shooting out. Yeah, so you have the Moon card here, which has to do with having a lack of clarity and things kind of being in confusion. Like I said earlier, with this kind of feeling suspended, feeling kind of stuck. But the purpose of that is to kind of hide the distractions that will put you down a rabbit hole and really focus on gaining clarity. Man, y'all's reading is so straightforward. It's just like pa pa pa, and I'm like, ha ha ha. All right, so this is really relevant. Your overall advice is, I honor the natural process of growth and transformation. And then when I let others shine, I shine too. And that's definitely connected. Literally, it said in the other card, like the first card, like letting others shine. Don't take responsibility for other people's stuff. And like only hold your own, because it allow you to be a lot more neutral, allow you to be a lot more impartial to sort of the troubles or obstacles that come towards you, and because you'll be more focused on just your shit. And then with the I honor the natural process for growth and transformation, the emphasis is on the natural part. It's just telling you that this process is it's a process. It's something that takes time, and that's why I'm saying, like, you need to slow down, kind of really figure out some nuts and bolts of things, so you can honor that energy of growth and transformation. All right, so that's your reading. If you like a personal reading with me, email me, or no, go to my website, truthexchange.tumblr.com. It's in the link below. And if you, I have full moon and new moon readings that I do every month on my Instagram and on my website. And yeah, thanks for watching. Blessings.